We had to wait a long time for it due to coronavirus, but Briançon 2020 put on a hell of a show. The women climbed first, and Vita Lucan, still coming back from knee surgery last year, showed that she's firmly back in the reckoning by taking 5th place. The 2018 Youth World Champion might be wishing there were a few more competitions coming up now that she's back in such good form. Just ahead of Vita was former lead world champion Jessie Pilz, who narrowly missed out on the podium and ended up in 4th place, falling high on the route shortly after reaching the headwall. Taking 3rd place was Fanny Gibert, who was absolutely delighted with her result and took home her first ever lead World Cup medal. Fanny has been on Boulder World Cup podiums before, but this was her biggest ever lead result and will no doubt give her confidence ahead of her push towards the Paris Olympics in 2024, her shot at the Olympics after she missed out on qualification for Tokyo. Janja Garnbret picked up 2nd place after a typically strong performance in the final, which saw her top the route. Unfortunately for Janja, she'd come 3rd in the semi-final, and count back to that performance meant that a top was not enough for the win. As ever, though, she put on a great show and gave the Briançon crowd something to cheer after a long break without any climbing. Laura Rigora of Italy finished the semi-final in 1st place and came out onto the Briançon stage knowing that the top of the route would net her her first World Cup win. That's a lot of pressure for a young climber to deal with, but Laura seemed to climb even better with the weight of expectation on her shoulders and topped the route to claim that elusive win.
Still unbelievable. I knew that my shape was good and that I improved a lot this year, but I've never imagined that I could win. I was not sure if I could reach it, but when I arrived there, I said, okay, I can reach it, and so I clicked from there. I knew that Janja topped it, and from the observation I knew it was possible. I had some pressure, but not so much, because I have nothing to lose.
After the drama of the women's final, it was the turn of the men to deliver, and deliver they did. Alex Megos, fresh from an extremely successful spell of outdoor climbing, was looking to repeat his Briançon win of 2018, but made a route reading error midway up the route and ended up in 5th place. In 4th was Luka Potokar of Slovenia, who was appearing in his first ever World Cup final and seemed unburdened by expectations. That free climbing yielded an excellent result, and he will likely have gained some confidence from his trip to Briançon. Global pandemics come and hopefully go, but Jakob Schubert keeps on adding to his medal collection. The 21-time World Cup winner took the bronze after a typically battling performance on the final route. In 2nd was 2016 Briançon winner Domen Skoffic, who came pretty close to topping the final route but just stalled a few moves below the top and had to settle for 2nd. Out in a league of his own since the first minute of the qualification round was Adam Ondra, and he finished the job in style by finding the only top of the final route and, with him being the last climber out, giving us the Hollywood finish to a fabulous competition.
I got the last intermediate, the shoulder, and all of a sudden I got like massive flesh bump in the right arm, and I thought it's like there's no way I can do even the last move, and I somehow desperately slapped onto the last hold. Somehow like I wanted to crimp it, but the fingers went like this, and then I wanted to crimp it again, but somehow I wasn't able, so I just lifted my elbow as much as I could do and hoping that I would clip it. But if the top would be like clipping the draw and then matching the hold, that I wouldn't top it out. Climbing with that style, it kind of almost inevitably also leads to good performance, which today resulted in topping out the route, being the last climber out was a dream come true.